everyone, it's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. And like I promised, I said I would do a manga collection video because so many of you guys have asked, mostly due to the monstrosity that is my bookshelf right over here. And as you can see, I haven't pulled off all of my mangas. I mostly just pulled off the first volume or whichever volume I could find of the mangas that I currently own. This is mostly because I didn't feel like I needed to show all of these volumes because they're a lot. So I just have the first one, like I said before. But that is my bookshelf. Let's get started with the mangas that I currently have in my manga collection. So I, of course, let's start off with Sailor Moon. And as you can see, this is actually the third volume of Sailor Moon. Since I've moved, I actually cannot find my other volumes of Sailor Moon, specifically the first one. But I think there are about 12 volumes within the entire series. And I own all 12 volumes along with the collection of short stories for this as well. There's actually two of these. I have the second one on my bookshelf. This is the first one right here. This actually, just like I said, is a collection of short stories within Sailor Moon, and this was also very enjoyable to read. Next, I have a new manga that I've been reading that I'm still actually following along with, and that is Dream and Sun. This is the first volume right here. I bought this about a couple months ago, maybe about almost a year ago, actually, now that I think about it, and right now they're about on the 5th or 6th volume of this manga, so check it out if you haven't already. Next, I have Orange. This is actually the 2-volume series. This is the first one right here, is the complete collection. This also spans an anime series of about 13 episodes. Really kind of a sad manga, very dramatic, but overall still very enjoyable to read. I definitely recommend it. And along with this one, there actually is another manga for Orange, and this is another manga for Orange, but this is the one from a different character's point of view concerning what happened to all of them while they were in high school. So I recommend checking out this one after you read the original Orange manga. Next, I have another new manga series that I started, which is Love and Lies. Pretty dramatic of a series, mostly about a couple of kids who are in high school. When they're 16, they end up having to be told whom it is that they're going to marry, and basically it's like a huge love triangle, love octagon, however you want to put it. And I, once again, also recommend this series. I'm currently have only read about 2 volumes of this, but I plan to continue reading it. Next, I have Bleach. I've actually completed the Bleach series in total, but I don't own all of the manga volumes because I actually read a lot of it online. So pretty much I have about 13 volumes of the Bleach manga and recommend it. It was part of one of the big 3 concerning Naruto and One Piece, and Bleach was also included, of course, in that big 3. So I recommend definitely checking this out if you haven't already. Next, I have another new one I started, which is Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, which I've actually done 2 reviews on for the first volume and also the third one because I, for some reason, forgot to buy the second one. So I own volumes 1, 3, 4, and 5. So I definitely recommend checking this out if you haven't already. Still a really good manga, very dramatic, but also very comedic as well. The next one I have is Kitchen Princess. I actually bought the complete collection. It comes out into 4 actual volumes, but they're really thick volumes. About a girl who loves to cook and she goes to a cooking school, kind of like how in Food Wars is a little bit, but she's kind of made fun of because she doesn't have the best upbringing. She actually was kind of a little bit on the poorer side, but she's mostly going there to try and find her prince whom she cooked for, or who cooked for her before when she was a kid. Once again, very enjoyable. Once again, recommend it. Next, I have High School Debut. This one's kind of close to my heart because it's the very first manga I actually ever bought, and I only own the first 3 volumes of this, but once again, I finished the entire manga online. That girl is going to high school. She's never actually fallen in love, never has had a boyfriend, so she wants to be able to do that. So she recruits a boy to become her coach, per se, to help her find a boyfriend, and along the way, she kind of basically falls in love with him, and she wasn't supposed to. Therefore, the drama unfolds, and it's just really, really cute. So definitely recommend reading this as well. Then I have Skip Beat. Saw this anime, loved it, wished it went on longer, wished there was a second season, but there isn't. I actually have not kept up with this manga, unfortunately, so I've only read the number 1 through say maybe like 20, and I own 23 of the volumes in total. So I still need to catch up with this manga about a girl who, Kyoko, she has a very vengeful spirit about herself after her best friend kind of deserts her, and she's been with him the entire time once he became famous, and now she's basically trying to get back at him, and she makes it into the famous world herself. Once again, read it. Next I have El Heart BK. I actually read about 10 volumes of this. I don't know if there's any more, but I have enjoyed this manga a lot. I want there to be more. I'm sure probably more coming out, but I haven't kept up with to see when the release dates are, if there is any more. But recommend reading it once again. Even though this isn't really a manga or one that's like a series, this is the life-changing manga of tidying up. And basically it's like about how to clean and stuff like that. And I've actually used some of the suggestions in here about how to like fold up your clothes and stuff. And it's actually been very helpful. So recommend reading this. I picked it up from the bookstore just randomly, and I don't regret picking it up. Next I have Rurouni Kenshin. This is the first volume in the big bulk series made by Viz Media. I think there's like 4 or 10 in total, I believe, but I only own the first one. Haven't really read all of it, but I have seen the entire series. So if you haven't watched Rurouni Kenshin, check out the anime. Read the manga too, because I found out there's a lot more in the manga that's not told in the anime or was left out. So do it. It's definitely one of my favorites from the 90s when I used to watch Toonami. Next I have A Silent Voice. I actually read this manga when I went to Fanime last year, was when I bought all the volumes, and I really enjoyed reading it. I haven't seen the movie, but this manga was so close to my heart. I definitely, like, basically I understood where a lot of the characters were coming from, and I love the illustrations in this. It was so informative, and it just almost made me want to cry, because I definitely was related to all the characters within this manga. Next I have Mamet Lollipop, also known as Save Me Lollipop. I have the anime of this. I've read this so many times. I only own volumes 1 through 5. I bought it when Borders were going out of business, and I need to own the first like volume 6 and 7 as well, because I want to reread this again. Definitely enjoyed it. About a girl who meets 2 wizards who are basically trying to beat their exam, but she eats the little pearl that they're supposed to be finding, and therefore drama unfolds. Next I have We Were There, and I have this, I read this. I watched this anime. The anime took a long time for me to finish, and it sucked because it didn't continue after that, and it left off on like a little bit of a cliffhanger, but the manga fulfilled that for me. So I read the entire manga, and I really enjoyed it. It's about a girl. Her name is Nanami. She falls for a boy by the name of Motoharu, and he's basically still in love with his ex-girlfriend who tragically has passed away, and from there, you see their relationship kind of develop and also fall apart, and it's kind of heartbreaking, but also kind of a good one to read for when you're growing up as well. So once again, recommend it. And last but not least, I have Itazuru na Kiss, also known as Mysterious Kiss. Seen this anime, loves it so much. I have the first 10 volumes of this manga because they finally decided to release it. There is a volume 11, but I have not been able to find it or to get it, or they've not released it, so I'm upset. They're pretty thick, so they take some time for you to actually finish it, but recommend it once again. So definitely read this if you haven't already. And that is my manga collection. As you can see, like I said, I didn't take any of them off the bookshelf. I have them all right here, the first volumes of all the ones that I own. I know I went through this very quickly, mostly because my battery is going to die on my camera. I want to make sure I recorded this before it died. But thanks so much for watching this. Like always, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to recommend any topics that you would like me to talk about in any of my videos, anime or whatever it is you'd like me to talk about. Like always, I'll leave links down below to all my social media accounts, my Twitter, my Instagram, and of course my blog. And like always, you guys, stay nerdy. All right, you guys, bye.